Chevra Mishnah, Yud Amid Aleph at the bottom. We'll do the beginning a little bit faster. Hopefully everyone remembers it a little bit. And then we'll get to the Naya Gemara on Yud Amid Beis. Pires Aleha Sadin. If you spread a sadin, a sheet over the sukkah, b'mnei achama, due to the sun, or underneath the schach, b'mnei hanashar, due to the falling leaves, or you spread over a sheet over the kinof, which are the four posts of the bed, psula. Aval, pirisu al-gabi naklite hamita, but you're allowed to spread out the sheet over the posts, which are the two posts, more of like that tipi matziv. That is allowed. Maybe at the end of today we'll get to that din, why that is true. Zok tehilige gemara amar Rav Chisda lo yishanu ela mipnei hanishar. State in Mishnah that if you spread this sheet underneath the schach, it's a problem. Is only if you did it because of the nishar, because of the falling leaves. Aval l'na'isa, if you did it for beautiful purposes, kishayra. Says the Gemara Pshita, mipnei hanishar tanan. State in Mishnah that it's mipnei hanishar. So Avada explains the Gemara, no. Even though the Mishnah said such, the Taim I would have thought, who adin, the same thing is true. That even if you spread it out for na'ai, it's also possible. So kamash malan, that in all scenarios, kamash malan slicha, that l'nai it's kosher.
Why talk if you do it l'noi, is it not chatzitza?
What?
Bottle to the sukkah?
So we're going to see in a moment that it can't be more than 4 tvachim away from the schach, because if it is, then it would be a chatzitza. But yeah, chayra, as we'll see, we'll see in a moment. Mamish, one moment. Says the Gemara, let's bring your raya. Sicha kil chasam. You have geshemak eschach, and then ve'itra. You crowned. You made an eter. With you crowned it literally. You beautified it. You glorified your sukkah. Bekramin, ubesadinen, with sheets and other beautiful items. Hametzuyarin that were painted in tapestries and zachin. And V'talaban, you hung up, a geizim, shkedim, nuts, a farsikin. We were trying to figure out Thursday night what's in a farsikin. Knew my Israelis here. A peach. It was a peach. Everyone knew a farsik. No one knew which fruit it was. Okay. Farsik. Everyone knows it from the fuse teas. Baruch Hashem, a farsik. Be my name. Eli, gonna bring us back some fused tea. Fused tea. Arsi kola. Baruch Hashem. Baruch Hashem. Afarsikin, v'rimaynim, parchili anavin, clusters of grapes, v'eterai shal shibaylim, yenais, shemanim, uslasais. You hang up your kansa kitchen, basically. You hung up. Vada. Also, let's stop him. What happens?
Salatois, what's that?
Which one?
Salatois? Salads?
No.
Salatim.
You're supposed to know how to spell. Us Americans think it's the same thing. You know it's with them at that test.
You're joking.
Salasais. Salas lemincha. Flour. Aser lestabig mehen. You're not allowed to use them. Meaning the mashal we gave, you hang up your fancy bottle of wine, and it comes. He's having a rough night. He's spilling everywhere. And Vaz, on Yont, if you want to use them, Shtein in Mishnah, Aser. Ad Moisai Yontiv Hachron Shalchak. Aber v'misne, if you made a Tanai, Alehem Akol Lafi Tanai. Says the Gemara is a raya. What's the raya? We saw clearly that if you put up these sheets, the first part of the brisa said, Sadinim Hamitzuyarim, what's the din? Okay. Said in the brisa, it's kosher. So we have a raya to our din. Says the Gemara, maybe Dilma min atzad. Maybe it's not a raya. Why not? Because it's talking about you hung it up on the walls. So there's no raya. Itmar. Noye sukkah. Sukkah decorations. Ein mimatin v'sukkah. Do not decrease the size of the sukkah. The fact that there's decorations hanging down. If your sukkah is lamashal, a precisely 10 tfachim, it's still going to be Fine. Amar Rav Ashi, but uminatzad. If you have a thick tapestry on the side of your sukkah and it's a small sukkah, then mimatin. Then it does decrease the size of the sukkah. Now we go into a shtickle story time. Minyamin, that was his name, not Binyamin, but Minyamin, Avdei de Rav Ashi. He was the servant of Rav Ashi. It misha le kutanta b'maya. It misha le, his shirt got a shtickle wet with water. So what do? Vishtadcha amatal talasa. And he hung up his shirt on top of the sukkah. Sounds like a nice bacher dira. You show up to the sukkah and you look up and you see all the dirty laundry hanging up on top of the schach. Amar le, he said to him, Rav Ashi, Dalye, take it down. Take it down. You don't want people to think that you're putting up schach of what? So he responded, what do you mean? They see that it's wet. And since they see it's wet, they know that it's not schach. He says, when it dries, that's what I told you to take it down. Itmar. Noye Sukkah. Here we go. Now we get to finally learn what is the din of Noye Sukkah. I think this is one of those things that there's lots of interesting things people say. You go to someone's sukkah, there's always that one overly firm person. Oh, you can't sit there. You can't sit under the light. You can't sit under the dust. Everyone has all their interesting zachen, they say. So let's see. It's often a Gemara. Steht in the Gemara, Itmar, Yudam and Aleph. About 10 lines down. First word in line is Itmar. False? Amud Beis. Yudam and Beis. Where are the pens, Chavra? Who knows? They're behind you. Want to grab them? Shkoya. Itmar. Rav David is here. Baruch Hashem. Itmar. Yud Amud Beis. 10 lines down. First one is Itmar. Itmar. Noye Sukkah. Sukkah decorations. Ha-muflogin mimena arba. That is 4 tfachim away from the schach. Muflogim mimenu arba. Rav Nachmin Amar Ksheira. Rav Chista, Rav Huna Amri Psula. Now, when we say sukkah decorations, which are 4 tfachim away, the pashtas, what type of decorations are we talking about? Talking about decorations like, very good, like we saw in the Mishnah, a sheet. Meaning the whole ganze zach is covered on top. If it's 4 tfachim away, then it is psula. If it's not, then it is
4, that means just
ksheira.
3?
3 is kosher.
3.5?
3 is kosher.
Also
Kosher.
No,
From 4 it's possible.
Why?
From Zok Rashi.
If you said up 3,
Zok Rashi.
I would say love it.
No. Zok Rashi. Good. Zok the Heli good Rasha. Rashi, about 20 lines down. First line is Tachas, right across in Rashi. Psula, Zok Rashi. Misham Oyel Mafsik. It's an oil. Vishtakach Logani B'Sukkah. You're not in the Sukkah.
That's my question.
Why does that answer your question? It's an oil.
Wait, whoa. Between 3 and 4, where do you take this from?
It's mutter.
3 we know
Mutter.
is 3.
Nothing to do with love it. Nothing to do with love it. Nothing to do with love. What would love it help you?
Yes, have to do.
What would love it help you? Love it would tell you that my sheet is all the way connected to my dust, and you'll have one big sheet. It's not going to help you.
So what's the 3, Doctor?
What's the 4? 4 is a makom chashiv. We just had it. It's the daf. Makom b'fnei atzmai. That's what dalet is. So dalet is makom b'fnei atzmai. Dalet is what creates a hill. I'm not answering your kasha. You're asking a good kasha, but that's the teretz. Now you could ask lama. You could ask why. Where does this come from? It's true. But with that's the pashtus in the Gemara. Back at Dafigo, yeah. Amar Aleph, about a quarter of the way down. Rav Chista, where was it? Should we find it? Right here. Right here. Yudam and Aleph. Right back, right. Kami being sukkah sukkah. We had 1 sukkah top of the top, and we want to know how tall is the top sukkah. 1, 4, or 10. Time to do chazara. Says the Hiligi Gemara. Rav Chista. That's it. He walked out. He's done. He's going to Eretz Yisrael. Finished. He found the Gemara and done. Rav Chista. Rav Chista. V'Rabbi Rav Huna. Igloy the Reish Galusa. They went to visit the Reish Galusa. Agninu, this is one of the more, I mean, all stories in Gemara Gishmak. This is a good one. Agninu, Rav Nachman got up, or he woke up, or he went to sleep, whatever was happening over there. Besukkah, shenoyeha muflagin mimena arba tvachim. And the decorations were wild. Now, so what does Rav Nachman hold? We just said a second ago. Rav Nachman holds it's possible. Says the Gemara, Ishtiku. Yeah, excuse me, that was the story. So what happened was, they didn't say anything. Amr the host from Nachman says, were you chayzer? What are you doing? Amr lei, anan shluchei mitzvah anan upetirim min asika. Avad, it's a puzzle of sukkah. Now, stop interested on the kasha.
We learned this, by the way, also in the Perek Sheni. They went to Reish Galus and they were
good.
They were
sleeping on the side of the riverbanks.
Going to the second sukkah in the middle of Yom Tov. We said it wasn't a problem because
that was Rav Huna Rav Chisda?
No, but the idea of Reish Galus,
yeah,
they went to Reish Galus and they were bottom in the middle.
Nachon. Very good. Now,
it's not so bad.
Oh, not so bad. Oh, but it could be better. I'll say for all myself. He said for myself. Weiter. So, Zakti Gemara. Okay, weiter. Agav, what's the psak? If you look at the in Mishpat over here, we say we pass Kim Psula. If it's 4 tvachim away. It's 4 tvachim away. But the Mishnah Berurah writes it's still a maila to do it, even if it's not 4 tvachim away. Which God just calls to question, why did no one yet design, it's just a kasha, no one should do this, a decorative covering under the schach. This is all going under the schach. Decorative, that's made something that the water doesn't come in. Make it up on a slant, so it'll go through the schach onto the das, and then it'll run off the side. Then it'll run off the side and make a ganza picture on top, and mabaya. So that's it. Yes, it's a good kasha, but it sounds like even though it's messing up the shade, it's okay. It's not my kasha. The Be'er Lacha already brings up this nekuda. The Be'er Lacha, I believe, says his episode makkah to make. I don't recall. Says the Gemara. Here we go. Now this breaks us. We're holding in Kislev. We started this Chabira in Shvat. So it's about a year.
What?
Tu B'Shvat is when we started. That was the event was Tu B'Shvat. So Kislev, Tevi, Shvat. So it's 10 months ago. A little break in the dust. Okay, Lamaisa. But now we're about to have a full circle.
No, but 2 months for summer.
2 months for summer. Das, whatever it is, who cares? Amar Rav Yehuda, Amar Shmuel. Amar Rav Yehuda, what is that? It's about
in 3 years.
For most, how long did it take when you did Sukkah? Most Kinyan Chaburas take 2.5 years.
Yeah.
God, at the pace we're going now, we're going to be done very soon. We're now doing a blot and a half a week. We're moving. Zok Daily Gemara.
Wants to go on the boat.
Amar Rav Yehuda, Amar Shmuel. You want to go to Eretz Yisrael, but he's going without it. So. Amar Rav Yehuda, Amar Shmuel. Motor lishain bekila besukkah. You'll let us sleep, right? What was the first thing we learned? Hayashin dachazamita. Says Rav Yehuda, Amar Shmuel, you'll let us sleep bekila besukkah. What's a kila? The kila we saw in the Mishnah was the mita with the 4 poles, with the sheet on top of it. So Rav Yehuda, Amar Shmuel says you'll let us sleep in that in this sukkah. Afal pi yesh lagag v'ho she'eina gavaya asara. Can't be 10 tefachim. Why? Because if it's 10 tefachim, then it's a rishus b'fnei atzmai. Tashema. We learned in a brayso yashin v'kila b'sukkah. You sleep in a skila b'sukkah. Lo yatidei chavasai. Says the Gemara. Chamay eskina g'shevaya asara. That's why lo yatidei chavasai. Meisvei, here it is. So the first teretz that we learned, that we said, Shver Zach, Hater Gama Shmiel, B'mita Gavayasar. And anyone who's zeichet to learning Amid Yaimi, Siyat Deshmaya, we had the exact same concept in Gemara and Brachos Dav Chavav about 10 tefachim making your own Rishus B'fnei Hatzmai. I think you were weird. Does anyone know where it comes from? They say Siyat Deshmaya. If you're learning something, you see somewhere else. You know, it's a Maimer Chazal, it doesn't exist. It's a Maimer Chazal, it doesn't exist. The episode for the Chassam Sefer, though, he actually writes it. That is a special siyata d'shmaya. If you see one area of your learning overlaps another area of your learning, epis a shtickle kiss from the Eibishter. Tashima oisha beers agabe kinoifes. Stay in the Mishnah that if you spread the sheet over the kinoifes, what was the kinoifes? That was you have two poles, one at the front and one at the back of your bed, and you make a tipi matziv over your bed. Said is the Mishnah. Psula. What do you mean? We just said you're allowed to sleep under the zach. Says the Gemara, Sanami the Gevia Sara. It's 10 tefachim tall. I look at Tani Achi. The Mishnah didn't say that. Titania. We learned in a brayso naklitin shnayim. What is a naklitin type of bed? That's two poles. Kinoifes is arba. Piris agabi kinoifes psula. Agabi naklitin geshera. Ubelvad. Shlei naklitin gavaya min amita asara. That's only by the naklitin. That's by the four poles. Machlal de kinoifes avi sheina gavaya asara is kosher. Is even though it's einon gavaya asara. My brain just turned off.
It's possible. So how can we say here that kilo is fine? We said kilo is fine because it's under asara. But we saw in the Mishnah that it's possible. So we said no, it's talking about Goya Masor. Says the Gemara, but it can't be because we saw that they made the distinction. So we see
good. Givaldi, good. It's strange when you space out when you're the one reading. In a chanami, you're all correct. Shiny kinoifes dikvi. Kvia.
Even under 10 tefachim is also.
Chiddush because kinoifes, the other one, naklitin, whatever is the four poles, that's not kvi. Again, the four pole one is not kvi.
Yeah, it is kvi.
No.
Shiny kinoifes is the kvi.
My brain's off. Help me, chevra. Kinoifes is kvi. Therefore, what?
Therefore, it's possible even under 10 tefachim.
Masha'enkin, the naklitin. Oh, givaldig. Very good.
But why? What is a new chiddush?
1 second. Now we get to go back to what the Chaver here argued about in Yudam and Aleph. Varei sukkah gabe sukkah dikvi. Amr Aleph, and how much is Sukkah Gabi Sukkah? We had 4 shitas. 1, 4, 10. And Shmuel said 10. Why? So he said it has to be 10. Here we're saying if it's Kvi, even if it's not 10. Amri Hasan to Lifel Sukkah Ba'asara. Hacha de l'shavi oyel. Baser me'atzara nami
even though the end result is to pass the sukkah.
Oh, that's the chiddush. Ma'ir dei chavra. Okay, let's see chavra. You have a minute. Let's try to read through the Gemara. We did a lot of Gemara. No one has any energy left. What's with? Dos. Shkoya chavra.
It's in the air. Everyone's having it now.
Yeah, just give it to me, Chris.
Sharing is caring.
So you're recovering it.
I doubt my brain. You only need a minute?
We only have 7 here, so. 3 are coming.
You already wrote 20 minutes ago.
Make sure we're on top of it. It's good. This is good. It's good. Yehidas, Chos. Where are you holding now?
Megillah.
Where?